Mafhoum Khadija. I'm a first officer on 747. Today we're flying from Casablanca to Montreal, and here we start with the exterior inspection. Before each flight we have to check that the airplane is satisfactory for the flight. First check is done by maintenance, and second one is done by the flight crew. So let's start. We check first that the probes and the static force are clear and not damaged. We check the general structure, that there is no damage, no leak, no part missing. Here we check the nose gear, the tires, everything is okay. At the same time, we have an eye on what's happening around the aircraft. Here we are uploading the luggage. So now we are checking all the surfaces and structures. We check that there is no damage, no fluid leak, no part missing. We check the engines too. We check the air inlets, the tailpipe clear, all the access panels are closed and secure. The reversers are stowed. And we continue, we pay really attention to the flight surfaces, the flight control surfaces, the flaps. We should have no damage, no wrinkle, no fluid leak. So we check here that all accesses are secured. All the panels are secured too. The tailpipe is clear. Everything is in place. No leak, no damage. Here we check the position lights. We have 2 green lights on the right tip of the wing and 2 red lights on the left. Here we check the static discharger. And of course, the flight control surfaces is really, really important. Then we will move to the gear and the tires. So here we check the gear, the strap is okay. The tires are good, not too warm, not damaged. And we pay attention too to the brakes. Here we have a brake indicator. So as long as we have this part, it means that the brakes are okay. So we check all the brakes here. We check here that the antenna are not damaged for the communication. Same here for the tires and the brake indicator. And we move to the back of the airplane. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Here we have to check the outflow valve. It should be fully open. This is very important for the pressurization. I check also that the inlet door is not damaged. And then it's the elevator and the rudder. And as I said before, it's really, the flight surfaces are really important for the flight. So we really pay attention to it. Here we have so here we have the APU, the auxiliary power unit. We check also that it's clear and there is no fuel leak or any fluid leak. Same here, the outflow valve, the general structure of the airplane, the fuselage, no structure damage, no wrinkle. All the structure is good. Same thing on the left side for the tires. We check also that the doors are not damaged. No fluid leak. The strut is good. And we do the same on the left side. The engine tailpipes, the flight surfaces, the static dischargers. The left position light. So we continue our walk around, like the engine. When it's done, I love this part of the flight because, as you can see, it's a big airplane. It's 70 meter long, 65 meter large, and 10 meter high. So that's my baby. See you soon.
Hello world and welcome to Royal Maroc on 747 flight from Casablanca to Montreal. My name is Mohsin Tazi. I'm the captain of this flight. And let me introduce you my first officer, Khadija Mafhoum, which will today be our operating pilot on this flight. So when we came aboard, we had to check the flight documentation to see if the airplane is fit, the maintenance logs, and the cabin logs. We had a little chat with the engineer so that he updated us on the latest aircraft state. Then Miss Khadija did her pre-flight exterior inspection, a quick interior pre-flight inspection to check for systems like oxygen and the general stuff that are boring to get into. Well, and now we are starting our navigation checks to control the route, our clearances, etc.
Hello again, it's me, the first officer of this flight, 8208 from Casablanca to Montreal. So as the captain said, when we came here, we have like shared duties. For me, the first thing is the electrical power-up. Normally we have an external source of power. If it's not available, we switch on the EPU, the auxiliary power unit. It's a small engine that provides us with electricity and lead air before starting the engine. So, of course, before we do that, we check that all the devices that can move when we power up the airplane are in off position. We put on the power, we switch on the power, and then we start our pre-flight. First thing is the navigation position. We set here, left, center, and right. It will be our reference position for all the routine, and we feed it here in the flight management computer. So, the first page is the identification page. We have our model 747-400. We have the data dates We check that there are updates, and then we move to the position page. We have it here. So Golf Mike November is our airport, Mohammed V Casablanca Airport, and we fill here the position according to our stand Juliet 14. We set here the GPS position. As I said, it will be the reference for the routine. When it's done, we move to routes. So we have here the origin airport, the destination airport, Charlie Yankee, Uniform Lima, it's Montreal Trudeau Airport. The flight number, Royal Air Maroc 208, and then we fill the route. So here we put all the checkpoint that we have on our routine. So just after takeoff, when the takeoff phase is ended, we put on the autopilot, and he will follow this routine for Montreal. After the route page, we have the takeoff page. Here we fill the flaps that we will be using, the flap position. So here we put 20, it will be here, it's the takeoff position. Here the acceleration height, this is the altitude when we will start highing up the flaps to accelerate for a clean configuration, aircraft configuration. We have the engine out acceleration height. It's 1,500 feet. We say here, in case of engine failure, it will be the acceleration height. Instead of 3,000 feet. We have the thrust reduction height. It's just for the thrust setting. We move from the full thrust position to a reduced one. We have different information like the runway condition, which runway we will be using today. It will be the 35 right for takeoff. And here we have the speed for takeoff. This part is we do it at the end when we have the final load sheets with the information of our load today, our final fuel, and then we will calculate the speed for takeoff. And here, when it's done, we put also the wind that we will have on our routes. It's here. It's really important because it's a long flight. It's 6 hour 55. Yeah. So the wind information can have a big influence on our consumption of the fuel. So it's really important to put it here. And then when it's done, we put the fuel. We put the wind forecast that we have for today, and we check when we have the final fuel that when we will arrive at Montreal Trudeau Airport, we will have enough fuel, the minimum that we should have at arrival. And that's it. This is the pre-flight. Now the flight management computer is ready for the flights. Well, after that, we move to a general scan. So we do this by memory. It's a general scan flow according to each aircrew duties. So for me, it will be the overhead panel. Like we check that all the controls and switches are in the desired position, or I switch them on the desired position. Like for example, here we switch the emergency lights on arm position. It should be off before the pre-flight. I put the navigation lights on. This is what we checked on the pre-flights. It's the red and the green light that we have on the tip of the wings. Here you can see the control for flight director and for the autopilot. So we put initially the runway hidden, the first altitude that we will be cleared for. Here we will put the V2, the speed that we will calculate after with our performance. And as you can see here, we have the autopilot engagement, left, center, and right. And we have the different climb and descent mode. We have all the control here for autopilot's use. Then I check here the primary we have the PFD and the ND, the primary flight display and the navigation display. And here I verify the routine that I uploaded for the flight management computer, and I cross-check with my flight plan here, step by step. I check point by point here on the screen. And then I will cross-check with the captain. Since it's an oceanic navigation, we have to check all the points together, and we cross-check them on the flight management computer. So when it's done, normally we check the oxygen mask. So here we will hear. So this is the oxygen mask that we use in case of depressurization or in case of fume or fire in the cockpit. I check the primary flight display, the navigation display, everything is okay. Then I have a look, it's an overview of all the position of the control and switches. And that's it. Then we will cross-check together the routine, right? Are you ready? Yeah.
Let's go. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. I'm ready. Give me the...
Yes.
So, we are clear today via Odaxa as entry point. Then upper Hotel 899.
Yes.
To Ibalu.
Checked.
Then Subal.
Checked.
Then Manox.
Checked.
Then 37 North, 20 West.
37 North, 20 West.
39 North, 30 West.
39 North, 30 West.
Fox Romeo Sierra.
Checked.
Then 42 North, 40 West.
42 North, 40 West.
Then 45 North, 50 West.
45 North, 050 West.
Okay, then Raffin.
Checked.
Then Mills.
Checked.
And Ombre arrival.
Checked.
To Montreal, runway 24.
All checked. So we are good. Good job.
Okay, now that we have checked our routing and until it is updated, let's start with a before start checklist. Pre-flight check, sorry.
Pre-flight checklist, oxygen, test. Yes?
Tested 100 my side and quantity is checked.
My side. Flight instruments, hidden altimeters.
Okay, I read 121 on heading, 2 times my side, your side, on standby. 1017 I read 660.
Cross-checked.
Takeoff safety altitude 2160, bow.
My side. Parking brake.
Is set.
Fuel control switches.
Cut off.
Pre-flight checklist complete.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The load sheet is an official document that states everything that is on board on this flight. Many details. We have to check that we are in effect looking at our flight, the last check, Casablanca, Montreal, 8208 of 2 of August, Charlie November, Romeo Golf Alpha. This is our registration. The version is important because it defines the dry operating weights from which everything is calculated. This is the loading compartments. This is the luggage weight, 16 tons roughly. This is the distribution in the hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the passengers and cabin bag is loading today 33 tons and 380. We have 190 males, 209 females, 58 children and 16 babies for a total of 473. Our version today will allow us to have 13 people in premium class and 444 in economy class. The total traffic load is the sum of these two data. It is roughly 50 tons. This is an important weight that we check, 182618. This is the dry operating weight, the airplane when nothing is on it. The zero fuel weight is the total weight of the airplane and the load, excluding fuel. And we have a limitation, we have to check that it does not exceed structural limits of the plane without fuel, because fuel exerts pressure downwards, so the wing can be balanced with the central fuselage, so we have to check it. This is a general limitation on every plane. Our total fuel today will be 90 tons, as you can see here in the primary display, and after our taxi consumption we will take off with 89 tons. That will make us take off at a weight of 321 tons, less than the minimum. And after our trip fuel, our consumption of 75 tons, plus or minus 400 kilos, we will land at approximately 246 tons. So, this is too technical to talk about, is the balancing of the airplane precisely. We will need the principal information. The last information is the position of the center of gravity of the airplane, which has to be entered into the computers to have the final setting of our flight controls. Then you have details about passengers and their luggage, their position, how many non-paying, or how do you call it, non-paying passengers, service passengers, company passengers, a number of pieces and their position, and this is it. So now we are waiting for our chief purser to tell us, to confirm the total on board, and we are almost ready to go.
And since we are talking about performance, we have some nice information to share. So for our 747-400 Charlie November Romeo Golf Alpha is our identification for the airplane. The maximum takeoff gross weight, it means that the maximum weight we can have at the stand, at the parking, is 373 tons. The maximum takeoff weight is 371 tons, which is just amazing. The maximum landing weight is 265 tons, and the maximum zero fuel weight we can have is 255. So just to have an idea about the weight of the 747, 371 ton is like it's just amazing. Thank you.
Hello, Maroc 208 Heavy, alaikum salam, go ahead.
Air Maroc 208 Heavy, send Juliet 14 with information echo. We request our destination Montreal.
Hello, Maroc 208, call you back shortly.
Montreal.
Hello, Maroc 208 Heavy, status is approved, copy TC, clear destination via Odaxa 1 Delta departure, climbing initially flight level 50, squawking 6443.
Clear for destination Montreal via Odaxa 1 Delta departure, flight level 50 initially, and with squawk 6443, Air Maroc 208 Heavy.
Hello, Maroc 208 Heavy, clearance correct, report for taxi.
Call you ready to taxi, Air Maroc 208 Heavy.
Okay, so we are cleared Odaxa 1 Delta, level 50, and the squawk 6443.
Checked.
Okay, let's check the data. شوف معايا. So we have 232.164, 233, we keep 233.
Checked.
This is our takeoff weight. 47 degrees for reduced takeoff thrust. 23,100 and 1,500 dry. V1 142, V2 145.
Confirm, clear to land, 1 Mark 931 uniform.
And we are
931 in.
We have a Mach takeoff of 24%, which is 5.5 units. Okay, LNAV, VNAV 164, and 1 ready before start checklist.
Before start checklist, flight deck door. No, down. Okay.
Closed and locked.
Passenger sign.
On auto.
MCP V2 healing altitude.
Okay, V2 is 164, heading is 346, and first altitude 5,000 feet.
Cross-checked. Takeoff speed, V1, VR, V2.
V1 142, green, VR 154, V2 164, magenta, my side, and cross-checked.
Checked. CDO pre-flight complete. Trim.
And of 5.5 units, 0, 0.
Cross-checked. Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Je t'écoute.
So the weather is above minimums for takeoff. No NOTAM. Today, no DDM for the aircraft. Standard company briefing, standard callout. It will be nose abatement takeoff, flaps 20. Acceleration height 3,000 feet. Engine out acceleration height 1,500. Thrust reduction 1,500. Climb 1. Runway 35 right for takeoff. Dry runway, no shift. V1 142 knots. VR 154. V2 164. Set and cross-checked.
My side.
If any problem affecting safety occurs before V1 new reject takeoff, I monitor speed brake, auto brake, reversers and ground speed. Before 80 we reject takeoff for any malfunction. Between 80 and V1 we reject takeoff for fire or fire warning, engine fail, predictive wind shear and aircraft enable or unsafe to flight.
Okay.
After V1 we will continue straight ahead on our SI. We follow our SID to Mokda, then Odaxa, climbing flight level 50, and depending on emergency we decide whether to continue or we come back for a landing in Casablanca. Visually we have good weather condition. It will be a landing for runway 35 left, and we are heavy today, so it will be an overweight landing.
Okay.
We are on St. Juliet 14. We expect to start the engine at the stand, and then we will taxi via Quebec Tango Sierra for runway 34 left for takeoff. We will cross runway 35 right for takeoff.
Okay.
Briefing complete. Any question?
That's okay.
So, sorry. Beacon both. Before takeoff checklist complete. Before start checklist complete. Sorry.
Ok. Le sol?
Oui, on écoute.
Vous êtes pareil?
Je confirme, porte fermée, soute verrouillée, poignée logée, avion dégagé.
Ok, on démarre en séquence à droite puis à gauche.
D'accord, c'est dégagé pour démarrer les trois.
C'est parti.
Packs of auto starts on, starting engine 4 and 3.
So here we start the engines by pairs. We start on the right side, 4 and 3. It's a full automated digital authority controls, so we typically just check that everything is smooth and okay. Ok, on démarre à gauche.
C'est dégagé pour le 2 là.
Auto starts on, starting engine 2 on 1.
Ok, stabilize. Ok, le démarrage est terminé, vous pouvez débrancher monsieur, merci, bonne journée, Pslama.
Très bien, monsieur le commandant, merci à vous. Bon vol, ma salam alaikum.
Beware flight controls. Elevator down. Elevator up. Aileron left. Aileron right. The guy with the flame is gone. The guy with the chokes is inside. Non, ok. On doit faire les rudder. Rudder left. Rudder right. Okay.
Flaps 20 selected.
And before taxi checklist.
For taxi checklist, anti-ice off. Recall.
Checked.
Auto brake.
RTO.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Remove my side.
My side. Before taxi checklist is complete.
Okay, taxi clearance, please.
35 right location, Maroc 415. Maroc 415 via Tango, Quebec to St. Delta 9. Report intersection Quebec Tango.
Tango, Quebec, Delta 9, Collion intersection, Quebec Tango, Maroc 415.
Air Maroc 208 Heavy, St. Juliet 14 request taxi.
Maroc 208 taxi via Quebec Tango, Sierra, Charlie position runway 35 right, QNH 1017.
We taxi via Quebec Tango Sierra for runway 35 right, QNH 1017, Air Maroc 208 Heavy.
1017, set, cross-checked.
My side.
Clear your side.
Clear my side.
Royal Maroc 415 747 will taxi out from Quebec. According, continue taxiing to St. Delta 9.
According to 747, we continue St. Delta 9, Royal Maroc 415.
Thank you.
415, 35 left, Royal Maroc 951 X-ray.
Royal Maroc 951 X-ray inside clear to land runway 35 left, last wind 010 degrees 09 knots.
Each land runway 35 left, Royal Maroc 951 X-ray.
Cabin ready.
Echo 4.
Okay.
Yes.
Quebec then Tango.
Yes.
Mohamed Sek, bonjour, Royal Maroc 130, final 35 left.
Royal Maroc 130, bonjour, number 1, continue approach, report 5 miles touchdown, runway 35 left.
Yes, clear right side.
Continue approach 35 left, Royal Maroc 130.
Royal Maroc 951 X-ray, vacation runway via Mike 2, cross runway 35 right, report vacated.
Cross 35 right via Mike 2, call you 35 right vacated Royal Maroc 951 X-ray.
Takeoff briefing update.
Okay.
So flaps 20, 20, 20, acceleration height 3000, engine out acceleration height 1500, thrust reduction 1500, climb 1, runway 35 right, dry runway, no shift. V1142, VR 154, V2164,
My side.
and nav and VNAV armed, active 174, climb 164 magenta.
Okay, checked active 174 and active route 1, my side.
Royal Maroc 415, proceed to stand Delta 9. Thank you for cooperation.
Before takeoff, checklist.
For takeoff checklist, flaps.
20, green.
For takeoff checklist complete. There is an aircraft on final for landing.
Yes, inside, on 35 left.
Royal Maroc 208 on Sierra 1, line up runway 35 right and wait.
On Sierra 1, we line up runway 35 right and wait, Air Maroc 208 heavy. Clear for lineup.
Okay.
Runway 35 right.
محمد الخامس تاور السلام عليكم مساء الخير سعودية.
I confirm. Today we have parallel runway use. 35 right for takeoff and 35 left for landing. And here is the good landing.
Then we are on the same page.
Destination via BC 1 Delta departure. Initially climb flight level 50, scoping 6424.
To Jeddah flat plan route, BSME 1 Delta departure, initially 5000, 6424 the squawk, Saudia 372.
Saudia 372, confirm initially flight level 50 and clearance correct. Report for start and push.
Initially 50 and code for start and push, Saudia 372.
Royal Maroc 130, wind vacation 35 right, hold short 3, correction 35 left, hold short 35 right, traffic on departure.
Cross checked.
Okay, we're on short of 35 right, Maroc 130.
Ready?
Royal Maroc 208, yes. Clear for takeoff, runway 35 right, last wind 020, degrees 13 knots, when airborne with the approach 199, bye-bye.
Clear for takeoff, runway 35 right, when airborne with the approach 99, goodbye, Air Maroc 2099.
Your controls?
True.
Your controls? Okay, let's go. Stabilized.
Tower مساء الخير Maroc 731 kilo, turning right on runway 35 left.
Maroc 731 kilo, you are number 1, continue approach report 5 miles touchdown.
Thrust descent readings normal. Hold. 80 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive.
Gear up.
LNAV green.
Checked.
Trust VNAV speed.
Course check. Autopilot right, command green.
Check.
Maroc 731 kilo clear cylinder runway 35
Safety altitude.
left wind
Climb
020,
1.
please 1 to knot.
Checked.
And in 35 left, Golf.
كذا مساء الخير ماروك 208 heavy climbing level 50.
208, identify climb flight level 120, proceed Odaxa.
Climb level 120 to Odaxa, Maroc 208. Odaxa on standby.
Execute.
Execute. Acceleration altitude 225 magenta.
Checked. Select flaps 10.
Selected 10. Green.
Checked. Select flaps 5.
Selected 5. Five green.
Checked. Select flaps 1.
Selected 1.
Select flaps up.
Selected up.
Stand on my side.
My side. Flaps are up.
Checked. Top at 5-7.
Okay.
Top.
Again.
Top 6-0.
Okay.
Top.
0.
Answer takeoff checklist.
Maroc 208, Kaza 1255,
1255, Maroc 208, thank you, bye-bye.
Mind left ticket.
Okay, everything is nominal. After takeoff checklist, landing gear up and off, flaps up after takeoff complete.
Thank you.
كذا مساء الخير معك 208 climbing level 120 to Odaxa. كذا معك 208 do you read?
Mark 208, bonjour, et contact from maintain 280.
Climb level 280, Maroc 208.
280 Magenta.
My side.
Soleil 981 kg, montée 380.
125. On monte niveau 380, France Soleil 980 kg.
Bien Maroc 347, contact via radar 1348.
348, 347, مع السلامة.
Quebec, then Tango.
Yes.
Quebec, then Tango.
Yes.
J'attends à l'arrière.
Yes. Clear right side. There's an aircraft on flight.
Yes, inside.
On Sierra 1, we now line up runway 35 right and right, aircraft 208. Clear for line up. Runway 35 right.
So this is runway 35 right.
I confirm. Today we have parallel runway use. 35 right for takeoff and 35 left for landing. And here is the good landing.
Then we are on the same page. Okay, 346 heading.
Flash checked.
346 on both sides. Ready?
Yes. Clear for takeoff. Runway 35 right when airborne with the approach 99 goodbye airborne 209.
Your controls.
My controls.
Your controls.
Yes.
Just let it pass.
So now we have to ask for the Oceanic clearance before entering in Santa Maria space.
And you do it via EICAS?
Yes, we have the data link to use for that. We have the EICAS. We use like a request here, Oceanic, and we have to fill this page and send it to the facility. It will be Santa Maria, because the first airspace is Santa Maria. So entry fix, we have it here. It's Maroc points. Here the estimate time over Maroc, it will be 18:56. MAC number we use today is 86, and the flight level we request is 340, right?
340 initially.
340. Here we can enter any text like Bom dia.
Bom dia.
Bom dia.
In Portuguese. And that's it.
Enter. And here we choose the facility for which we will send the message, the request of the Oceanic clearance. Good.
It's okay.
Send.
Send.
Now we will wait for the answer. First we receive a message that says that our request has been received and is waiting for, and we should wait for answer. If they don't answer in 30 minutes, we have to use another kind of communication to get the clearance. We use VHF if we are in the coverage, or we use HF if we are out of the coverage of VHF. So, as I said here, request clearance received. If no clearance, with 15 minutes, revert to voice procedure. So we wait. We print all the message for our records. We have our Oceanic clearance. It seems to fit with what we requested, so we accept, right?
Yes.
And we said we send it. Now it's working. We could print all the message.
Let's check it. Okay, my turn or your turn. Okay, go ahead.
So we are clear today. Royal Air Maroc 208, clear to Charlie Yankee Uniform Lima via Manox. Random route. Magenta, trust ref VNAV speed.
Checked.
We have ATC message. So, clearance confirmed, end of message.
Clearance confirmed. Okay, let's check it with the FMC.
So we check the Oceanic clearance. Royal Air Maroc 208 clear to Charlie Yankee Uniform Lima via Manox, random route.
Manox.
Manox, then 37 North 020 West.
3720 West.
39 North 030 West.
3930 West.
Fox Romeo Sierra.
Fox Romeo Sierra.
All cross-checked. And it's done.
Let's talk about our departure from Casablanca. So we were parked, this is a Casablanca map. Well, of course it's an aeronautical map of parking stands. We were at Juliet 4, which is this one. Usually all these parkings are, as you can see, wider apart because they are designed for big planes, big birds, like 787 or 74 or 77, 707 in the time. We taxied via Quebec, which is this one, The particularity of this taxiway is when you turn, you have to take care not to, with your blast, not to disturb the planes that were here. We had a plane, I suppose, in Delta 2 and Delta 3. We had to make sure not to harm people because we have a big blast with these engines. And then this Quebec taxiway, if you remembered, it was with a little slope, so we had to put some thrust. Then we went through Tango, and this is the runway we took, runway 35 right, which is roughly 3,000 meters, largely enough for us to 3,700 meters, so no problem at all for takeoff at any temperature and a wide range of conditions. What else? Yes, we had a parallel runway operation at the time. We had a landing, so we have to be particularly aware of the possibility of a runway incursion. Well, Casablanca is not such a busy TMA, terminal area, except at peak hours. And that will bring us to our routing. As you can see here. Here we are in the Moroccan airspace, and we are approaching the exit of the Moroccan airspace, and we will have to cross the Portugal airspace from Subal to Manox, which is still under radar. So we are separated from other traffics, and we are on the radar control, so there's nothing particular to be vigilant about. Then we will go to Santa Maria airspace, which is also radar controlled, until roughly the exit, which is at 42 north, 40 west. But as a rule, Santa Maria is only accepting you through the traditional non-radar rules of separations of planes. When you are not under radar control, you have to be 10 minutes apart. Every plane has to be 10 minutes apart of the next. Whereas in radar control, we have 10 miles. So, our clearance came in 3 phases. First, when the operations department files a flight plan for this regular flight, they ask for a routing that is done as best economy, best wind conditions, avoiding weather, etc. It is accepted at the first time. So we were clear to start with this clearance. Then we confirm it with the Oceanic clearance, which is a consortium of ATCs all around the North Atlantic that has to coordinate all transatlantic traffic. And for this time, most of the transatlantic traffic is westbound. Of course, there are rules, there are procedures, and the aim is to permit a smooth flow and an economic flow for the operators through the North Atlantic. So Morocco is here, the Portuguese airspace is here, then we have the Santa Maria airspace, and then we will pass through New York airspace for an hour and a half, and then we will enter the Gander airspace, the Canadian airspace, until our arrival at Montreal. Yes, we have to cross the Boston area, which is American airspace, for let's say 20 minutes, just before our descent to Montreal.
So my baby is equipped with the 4 engine, and as you can see here, number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we will talk about the engine start, because we didn't have time to talk about it, because during engine start we are really focused on monitoring the parameter. So now we can talk about it. We have time. So the 747 is equipped with the EEC. It's the electronic engine control. The EEC has full authority over the engine, and we are using auto start. As you can see here, we have the auto start switch that is on during start. So when we use auto start, all we have to do is to move the fuel control switch from cutoff position to run position. This allows the start procedure, the auto start procedure, to start. The EEC then calculates the ratio of the air and fuel necessary for start, and then use ignition to start the engine. EEC also provides protection for all the engine. During start and during the ground start, it provides protection for hot starts, hang starts, and no EGT rise. When we have a successful engine start, the EEC control the N1 according to the thrust lever position. It calculates the N1 according to meteorologic condition and give us the thrust lever position, desired thrust, right?
Can I resume it in one or two phrases?
Yes, go ahead.
She's talking about a computerized system to start the engine, so that we have a hands-off during all the start, and if there's any problem of these that have been cited, we are informed that the auto start computerized system is not able to start the engine. Normally it means that the engine has serious problems, and usually we will call the maintenance. We can do a manual start, and then in this case we will have to monitor it ourselves. It's a last ditch try, and otherwise it's extremely unlikely. We maybe have it once or every 2 or 3 years, if you permit.
Perfect.
Okay. with you, level 340, approaching Maroc.
Air Maroc 208, Santa Maria Radar, good afternoon, identified flight level 340.
Obrigado, bom dia.
Here is the operational flight plan. As you notice, we have to record here all the frequencies and the clearance that we get. This is why I note here, like you can see on the side, all the frequencies and the clearance that we had from takeoff till now. So today the takeoff weight was 322 tons. I have muscles for that.
I see, I'm afraid.
So I cannot explain the feeling. It's like magic. It's like just when you have the wheel well between your hands. It's just automatic. You don't even think about it. It just the wheel well is like a the wheel well is just a part of my arm. It's just the continuation of my arm, and it comes naturally. I don't think about how much strength I have to apply. It just comes naturally, and during takeoff, I'm a part of the airplane. It's just this. and it's really amazing. I mean, I love my job. I love this, and you can see it on my face. Like, my eyes are sparkling, and I have a big smile whenever I'm on board the airplane.
Santa Maria, bom dia, Maroc 208 with you on 6628.
Royal Maroc 208, Santa Maria, just for Sokol, and this is your primary. Secondary is 8825, Foxtrot Juliet Golf Romeo coming in.
Thank you. Okay, sail call best is okay, Maroc 208. Do you want me to switch to 8825?
Negative, your secondary frequency 8825.
Okay, we keep the primary 6628 and secondary 8825. Thank you, Maroc 208.
Roger, and ATC is requesting you to return to VHF on 131.325.
Okay, we switch back to VHF, Maroc 208.
Santa Maria, Portugal, 18223, request descent.
Portugal 1823, descent to flight level 160.
Take level 160, Portugal 183.
8598.
Also the Marine.
Maroc 208, standing by your frequency.
Maroc 208, cell call coming up for check, secondary frequency 3016.
Call check okay, secondary 8016, thank you.
Okay, we have fuel tank to engine.
Fuel tank to engine.
Okay, 12 tons evenly distributed, everything is okay.
We begin with more fuel on main tank 2 and 3, and with the override pumps, we are using the fuel from main tank 2 and 3 to feed all the engine, number 1, 2, 3, and 4. But when we start, when we have the same quantity of fuel in all tanks, we use this configuration. The name is fuel tank to engine, and it makes sense because each engine is consuming from the corresponding tank. So the main tank 1 is feeding engine number 1, main tank 2 feeding engine number 2, main tank 3 feeding engine number 3, and main tank 4 feeding engine number 4. Good evening, this is Royal Air Maroc 208 on frequency 13306.
Royal Air Maroc 208, New York, good evening, man, go ahead.
Royal Air Maroc 208, check position 42 North 040 West at 2128, flight level 360, estimating 45 North 50 West at 0053, next position will be Raytheon.
What'll be after 50 West?
50 West is estimated at 2234 in Maroc 208.
Okay, confirm please. 42 North 40 West 2128 360. 45 North 50 West. Confirm at 2238. Is that correct?
I say again, we passed 42 North 040 West at 2128, flight level 360. Estimating 45 North 050 West at 2234. Next Raytheon.
Okay, so it's 45 North 450 West 2234 Raytheon next. Is that correct?
Confirm.
Okay, 4430 North.
Okay, 4430 North. We contact together on frequency 5616, secondary 8891. Thank you.
Roger, New York. And local check coming in.
Call check, okay, thank you.
Roger, New York. New York, November 404, X-ray request.
So the cell call is in case the ATC wants to call a specific plane. We have here a code that is equivalent to the registration mark of this airplane. This is an international code that special operators can type or how can I say, or key in the system and call the plane. And it's a radio telephony call. So here in our system we have a chime that tells us, hey, somebody wants to talk to you. Usually it's an ATC that has to tell us either to climb, to descend, to ask for a new routing or for whatever reason. If they have to communicate with us, they call us. So we do this check with each telephony operator along the route. And as you can see, usually we can stay silent for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. Well, in case they want to tell us something, they can call us. in case another plane asks for a deviation or a new plan has emerged that mandates a number of planes to be diverted. Well, this is a way to call us because we do not have any actual communication with any ATC controller at all in the Atlantic. I understand everybody knows what HF is. It is a radio communication means that uses the bounces of airwaves through the upper atmosphere that can carry a voice, let's say, for a very, very long distance. Of course, it is dependent on the time of day, the solar activity, and they have lots of frequencies, as you can see here, primaries and secondaries, and well, we have 4 ways or redundant ways to call them, and it's very seldom that we cannot strictly contact them on any frequency. It happens, of course, but there's no worry to have. Everything is well, is announced, is filed. We are basically just checking that everything is going as predicted. So the HF is a convenient way over Saharan and polar and oceanic regions of the world. As you might have noticed, each time we have to change from airspace to airspace, we do this cell call check just to make sure that there is a way for us to be called. Did I cover it correctly? Well, my pilot is happy, so I will end it here.
Thank you. Well, here we're gonna talk about the navigation and how we cross-check our routine. As you can see here, we have our routine. We begin with the points that are named, like Ibalu, Sobal, Manox. Then we move to geographic points, like the 37 North 020 West, 39 North 030 West, and so on. And during pre-flight, we manually enter these points, and since it's easy to make a mistake, like if I change just the 030 West, if I put a 3 instead of 2, it will lead to a big navigation error. So first, during pre-flight, the co-pilot and the captain cross-check this on ground, and the second time we cross it again during flight and using this plotting chart. So before a waypoint, we together we cross-check the next initial magnetic track here. Like for example, to go from 42 North 040 West to 45 North 05 West, it will be a track of 310, and we cross-check with the information we have here. So for example, we have 309, so it's the good routine. We check also the distance between this point and next point, and we check the time, so we are really sure that it's correct, it's our correct, we are on track. When we are overhead the point, we check also our fuel on board, like here, we have expected fuel on board, and actual fuel on board, then predicted burn and actual burn, and we compare it. Like for example, the point 42 North 040 West, we were expected to consume 44.3 ton, and we were supposed to have on board 42.9 ton of fuel. When we did the check, we had the actual fuel on board was 46.9, so we had more fuel than expected, which is good. It means that we won't run off fuel, and the burn was almost the same. So it means that we have no fuel leak, that everything is good. And then we cross-check with the plotting chart, like here, overhead the points. We note the flight level, the time, and the fuel in board. Means that we did the check, and then 2 degrees after, 2 longitudinal degrees after, we report our actual position, GPS position, to cross-check here. So, for example, for the 32 west, we were supposed to be here. If I read like the latitude, it was 3943.1, which is the good one if we check here, which fits our routine. So it's another check because it's like a long haul flight, and we don't want to make a mistake. So we make many cross-check to be sure of our routine and our fuel and our performance. And for the position report, for example, like here, when we talk with the ETC, we report our position on HF, since we are no longer on radar control. And we have this page like a reference for the position report to make it easy. So our last point was 42 north, 40 west. We check it at time 2128, flight level 360, and the next point will be 45 north, 050 west. Estimated time over is 2236, and here we have the next points. And it's exactly the message that we give to the air traffic control.
You see that.
The captain was saying that we have 1 minute and a half late. We are 1 minute and a half. We will be 1 minute and a half late comparing to the time we gave to the air traffic control. And this is due to the strong wind we have here. We have a tolerance of 2 nautical miles, 2 minutes, and 2 degrees routine. So as long as we are in the tolerance, it's okay. Otherwise, if it's more than 2 minutes difference, we have to contact back the ETC and say, and give them the accurate estimates over the point. Yeah, it's up to date. Here what we can do is go to this page and put the estimate that we gave them. C'était combien?
44 ans qui veulent pour les appels ailleurs.
So we can put it here, and we have we can point it here, so we can see if there is a difference. That's it. Thank you.
The 747 in Rollout, Maroc has been a flagship for nearly 40 years. I guess if my memory serves me, the first one was in service in summer of 1978. It was 3 years after Rollout Maroc was the first Arab company to land in New York with a Boeing 707. These times are gone, of course. When I say this is the flagship of our fleet, maybe not anymore, because we have the Dreamliner now, a modern plane that will be in service for the next 50 years or so. What else? It has been a milestone in the Rollout Maroc growth. The next milestone has been when sorry, 2 seconds. So the next step have been when Morocco signed the Free Skies Agreement with Europe. some 20 years after it has been signed in the United States, and it has revolutionized civil air transportation. It opens our skies to a lot of low-cost air carriers that wanted their share of profitable routes between Western Europe and Morocco. So the benefits were that we had to face a big challenge in terms of training, of for a flag carrier to be confronted with successful companies. It is always a big challenge, and it has been digested, let's say. So we had something like 40 companies serving destinations in Morocco. And sometimes we had with them more liberties than they had among them in Europe. What else can we say about this? Well, 747 is mainly used presently between Canada, North America, mainly Canada and Morocco for our Moroccan population in Canada and Montreal, and through the various seasons of Hajj and Umrah. But I don't think it will be something that that is going to stay profitable. It's very difficult to have a 4-engine aircraft today. So maybe we are living the last years of the 40-year saga of 747, the Queen of the Skies, in rolling rock. What else can we say about the Queen of the Skies, your baby?
It's my baby.
Yes, I know.
It's my baby. Oh. Sorry?
Tell us a little bit why this.
Why? Because
I know we've seen already.
Yeah.
If you hold it outside,
Here you can see my professional ID. It's 0012 747. So it's my baby. That's the proof. I mean, it was really a dream when I was back at school, at pilot school. I was like dreaming of flying the 747, and now it became reality. Yeah, and I'm so proud of it. It's just amazing. I love this airplane. I mean, it's easy to fly. It's really sophisticated, and when we think about the age of this airplane, 25 years old, I mean, it was like the top of technology when the airplane was made, and since now we feel that it's really good equipped. The airplane know how to communicate with the pilots. We have what we call the EICAS. Here we can have all the messages. It's for different phase of flights. For example, during preparation, we have all normal but important indication, like the brake, the parking brake setting, when we use auto brake, for example, you can see it during approach preparation. When we will use the auto brake, when we will set the auto brake, we will have a message here with the position of auto brake. And of course, when we have an emergency, we have a red message that appears there and that explain you what's happening. And then we have different system. We can, it's the synoptic of the different system we have. Like here we have engine. we have all the information about the engine. The status, we have different information like the hydraulic quantity, the hydraulic temperature, the oxygen pressure. Here we have the electricity synoptic, the fuel synoptic, the information about the air conditioning, the temperature, the cabin temperature, hydraulic too, the force system. Here we have doors. Ça c'est celui qu'on met au sol. We have the gear indication. So communication is very important in aviation. Communication between pilots, communication with the air traffic control, communication with our cabin crew, and here we have communication with our airplane, and it's just awesome.
And
so,
you have the latest information.
Yeah, that's my baby, and I love it.
And how easy?
Actually, it's it's a funny story. It wasn't my dream at the beginning. After high school, I did what we call preparatory classes. It's 2 years of intensive math and physics, and this allows you to apply for engineer school. So that was the plan. And then one day, when we finished those 2 years of math sup, math sp, a friend of mine wanted to be a pilot, and she asked me if I can come with her to take the exam of the pilot school. For me, it was really out of my league, because everybody knows that the pilot training costs a lot. But I was surprised, because in Morocco it was for free. I'm a 100% product of Morocco. I was in the public school for all my courses, and I'm proud of it. And then I find that even the pilot school in Morocco, it's for free if you are good enough to access. So we take the exam, and then at the beginning I was not so interested. But when you take the exam, they make you fly on the simulator to see if you are comfortable in an airplane, if you can manage all the screens and the button and the controls, if you're good with managing many information in the same time, if you are comfortable with the checklist, with the procedures, and it lasts for 1 week. It's 1 week training, and then you pass an exam. And I just fall in love with aviation. After this week, I was like, oh my God, this is what I want to do. And I was made for this. It's my destiny. And I was so excited about it. And a month after that, I was accepted, and I was so happy. The school was 1 year of theory, and then we moved to practice. It's like small airplane. We fly at the beginning on a small airplane, like TB20 or DA40. It's one engine, and I can still remember my first flight. I was like smiling like this, and I was so happy that I couldn't stop smiling. I was like trying to control it, and I couldn't. It was like, wow, this is the best day of my life. And it was 1 hour, but for me it was 10 seconds. I didn't feel my body anymore. It was like I was a part of this airplane, and I can feel now. I still feel the emotion when I talk about it. My eyes were sparkling, a big smile. So yeah, I think I was made to do this. I was made to be a pilot. It's just my destiny. And now I've been a pilot for Royal Air Maroc for 4 years. I did 3 years on the 737-700 and 800, and now 1 year on the 747, and I can tell that I'm really happy. I mean, it's a good career prospects. It's we feel like a family. Like I feel it's more than just work. It's more about human connection. When somebody is happy, we are all happy for him. And when he's down, we are all here to say, hey buddy, don't worry, we have your back. I'm really proud of my job. I'm really proud of working for Royal Air Maroc, and I'm really proud to be a member of this family. So, yeah, I'm a lucky girl. Thank you.
I wanted to say a word about our engineering department. I was always impressed when they first got their FAA certification, which is work done in this department is FAA approved, which means an aircraft registered N whatever can have its maintenance and its service done in Morocco for the last 40 years and be approved to fly in the United States. It means a lot of investment, a lot of training, a lot of infrastructure, and all these have left our engineering department, which are highly qualified, with an experience that is beyond, well, we call it the intangible culture, something that is beyond books and procedures. And of course you have the manufacturer service and maintenance instructions, and you have your experience, but of course after 40 years of training and of training a new generation of engineers, and this is what makes us feel safe. Of course we have the redundancy of a 4-engine aircraft with a wonderful aircraft. Khadija was showing us the different systems and in every system she was showing us there was a minor failure, but it does not impede in any way our flight conditions. You have to know that an aircraft this size has roughly a ratio of 20 hours of maintenance for every flight hour. So it is a big investment, and sometimes you will have conflicts between those who pay, the shareholder, the bosses, and the technical department that have safety as a first priority. You know, as the saying goes, for an accountant, security has a cost, but for maintenance department, security has a price. And that is also something this plane gives you, namely that is this secure, how can I say it, the secure feeling that everything, when the engineering department says the airplane is good, we close the doors and we go and we feel safe. Am I wrong?
You're right. It's aviation is all about trust. We trust the engine. For example, when we are in bad meteo condition, we trust. Yeah, when we are in bad weather, we trust the instruments and we trust the airplane. And this is, yeah. And it's the same. We trust our technical department, and this is why we are. I mean, we have no fear. We just trust our airplane, our maintenance, all the stuff that are working around, like when the purser come and say the cabin is okay, you don't have to get up and go and check. Like it's all about trust. When I think when the co-pilot say yes, it's done, you don't check again. Come on. I mean, and when the captain, for example, take a major decision and you say, trust me, I know. Like, I have no fear. I'm just, yeah, of course, I trust you and you trust me, and this is how it works. The crew resource management, the CRM, is really very, very important. And I think we have a good, in the Royal Air Maroc, we have been trained for it. And as I said before, since we treat each other like a family, we trust each other. I mean,
team spirit.
Yeah, a good team spirit. And I can see it like during my training, all my training, I see how the instructor behave with me. It's not just about explaining the system or the airport's procedure. It's more than that. Your instructor show you how to behave as a pilot, what it is to be a pilot. Even when the work is finished, when we are somewhere, we have a layover somewhere. My first time in Montreal, for example, the captain showed me where to go. If I need to buy something, where to go. Nice restaurant around.
Assisted you with your first steps.
I remember also when we fly to maybe dangerous area where there is some disease. They first, like during briefing, before takeoff, you say the captain say to the whole crew, like today we are flying to this place. Be careful. There is this or this. Don't go out by night alone. Don't go to this place. It's dangerous, and I mean it's really important. It make us like a family, and this is Royal Air Maroc crew. I think when you started working for Royal Air Maroc, I wasn't born yet. I was born in 1987.
Well, I was already a co-pilot at the time. Well, I'm 1 year away from retiring, so of course it has been 35 wonderful years. Well, it all started when I was 8 years old or so. My parents were living in Beirut, and they have been invited for a day on board the aircraft carrier Enterprise, which at the time was the first nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, and it was a day long. So I remember we went on a boat, and I was seeing something as big as this on the horizon, and we made like 3/4 of an hour to get there. It was boring. What is this? And the thing big, when we arrived, it was taking half the horizon. It's a monstrous thing, 100-meter high, and it was bumpy, and we had to climb little stairs. We were helped by sailors, and it was a great experience. Well, I was afraid. We had lunch, and we had to take a nap. We were kids. And at the end of the evening, roughly around sunset, they started to do a show of planes landing and taking off from this aircraft carrier. And we were like 10 meters from the touchdown points. And this crazy thing, you see this big plane landing and trying to hook a cable like an arm thick. And of course there was the show of the aircraft missing the cable and going around, and sometimes going around before even trying to hook the cable. And I said, wow, this is fun. The game is to take the hook. It was like a game for me. And I said, hey, this is what I want to do for a living.
Oh, that's awesome.
Of course. Well, I have something written from my parents when I was this young age. Of course, 10 years later, I finished, like you said, high school. At the time, we did not need to be as much trained as you, because, you know, bean counters have asked that their pupils or their students show some ability to quickly understand what all is about. At our time, we started at the ENPL. I graduated in 1983, I suppose. I did my military obligations for 1 year and a half. And I started in 1985, I suppose. And in 1986, I was trained as a co-pilot on 737-200s. You know, these steam airplanes with no computer whatsoever.
I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, I know. Everything had to be calculated by hand. Voila. And after my time on 737, I've been on 74 for 3 years now, and I'm enjoying every single bit of it, knowing that I'm retiring next year. Thank you. And this is it. Yes, next summer.
We will be happy to celebrate this.
Well, I hope so. I will be the first one to celebrate it.
Captain Taddy is one of the best pilots we have. Not only...
Stop it, I'm going to blush on camera.
Seriously, I'm very proud, I'm very happy to fly with you today for this flight from Casablanca to Montreal. I mean, it's not only a good pilot, like it's not just about taking decisions and piloting. It's more than that. You feel like he's trying to transmit his experience. It's a sharing time. It's not work. It's just I'm so happy and so lucky to fly with. Sorry.
Maroc 208, Mount Center, good day.
I was saying that I'm really lucky to fly with all the captain we have on the 747, because it's all of them.
Old farts.
Yeah. Now it's all good captain with a lot of experience that they share with you every day. And for me, as a young pilot, I'm learning. Every flight is I'm learning so much, and I'm so thankful for that. So I never say that, but thank you, Captain.
Thank you, Khadija. Just so you know, the aim for you, maybe it's to remember it for the many years, many successful years to come for you. And when you will be pretty soon released as captain, you will have co-pilots that are starting, that are in their 3, 4, 5 years, with this enthusiasm and with this eagerness to learn and just maybe last week I learned something from you.
What was
Yes,
that?
we were talking about these signs on the
on the taxiway.
yeah,
You're
on
right.
the taxiway, and I always wondered what the hell are these signs?
Yeah.
And you gave me a straight answer.
Yeah, that's.
And it was great. So you never stop learning.
Yeah.
Never ever stop learning. This is what is fun. And maybe 10 people showed me a lot of things, and if I can show it to 10 more people at my, well, on my turn, I think yes, I've not only taken, I've given also. This is a chain, and we have been structured by this job. It's, how can I say it in English? Comment on dit un socle? You know, as where the statue is built on a, how do you call it? I don't know, yes. Of all I have been over the years. And it's, it has been fun. It has been, yeah, I learned a lot of things. I try to transmit things as things have been transmitted to me. I flew with very, very, very good pilots, impressive pilots that maybe I don't even, I blush if I ever have to be compared to them. I remember one of our German captains that were with us in, he was Germany, his name was Finkenzeller. And I was this young co-pilot, and he didn't speak Arabic. But whenever I did something wrong, or I told him something wrong, he looked at me and he said, "Shnu?" And Shnu means what? So I immediately understood that I just have lost an opportunity to shut up. And this guy will tell you that on his hobby time, he will be paid to do, how do you call it? You know, when you take a plane from United States to Europe, a single engine planes, full of fuel, and he do this transatlantic flight alone, of course, maybe 30 hours in the cold, in the dark, maybe no autopilot, and he does this for fun. Oh, for some money also. And it was impressive.
This is what is good with aviation is, I mean, it's not a job, it's not work, it's more a hobby, and we are lucky because we can practice our hobby every day and we get paid for it. So,
don't tell this to our CEO.
I'm enjoying each single flight, even the worst one, when you are stressed, when you have to deal with the unexpected condition or emergency, like it challenges you and push you to your limits, and it's like an adventure. You never get bored, even if you fly to the same destination every day. Every day is different. Yeah, every flight is different. The weather is different. The condition at the airports are different. The problem that you have to deal with on board are different. The crew change every day. I mean, you never get bored, and this is what is awesome with this job. So, thank you for sharing this today.
Thank you for making this happen.
Here we have the latest weather information. It's ATS Papa.
Okay.
Time 0007. Wind is from 190.05 knots. 15 status mile of visibility. Few 040 TB. Few 080, scattered 150, broken 240. 25 degrees and QNH is 2995.
2995, copied.
Set on standby. Runway news, 24 right and ILS runway 24 left. Then it's just general information. You can read if you want.
Okay.
Briefing?
Yes.
So we checked the weather. Weather is above, we have the minima for our approach. No special NOTAM for the airport today. No DDM for the aircraft affecting our approach. It will be in ILS DME. We are expecting ILS DME runway 24 right. Via standard arrival Ombre for arrival. So it's already done and checked. All the altitude and speed constraints are checked. So ILS DME runway 24 right, chart 11-5, effective date 26 August 2016.
Yes, it's mine.
Based on localizer India Zulu Zulu, frequency 111.9 and final approach course 237.
Heavy, follow 350.
We have already like 111.9 and 237 park.
Okay.
Glide slope, we will check Volax at 1,450 feet. ILS decision altitude is 306 feet. Set on minimum barrow my side.
My side.
Touchdown elevation is 106 feet. Checked here, landing altitude 100.
Okay.
Minimum safe altitude is 2,200 feet based on Yankee Uniform Lima VOR. We'll check Lona Point at 3,000 feet and we capture the ILS at 10.5 miles from India Uniform Lima. To follow a glide slope angle of 3 degrees. Speed on final today it will be 143. And we will correct the speed depending on the wind on final.
Okay.
And in case of go round, we climb 3,000 feet, heading 237. Checked here, and then right turn direct to Yankee Uniform Lima VOR. All checked.
Okay.
After landing, we use auto brake 3 sets, and we will vacate. We will vacate via Bravo 2 or at the end on the runway, depending on our stand. If we vacate via Bravo 2, we will have to cross runway 28 and then taxi via Foxtrot for our stand. Otherwise, we will exit at the end of the runway and then taxi here to the stand.
Okay.
Our arrival fuel is 16 tons. Today our alternate is Charlie Yankee Yankee Zulu, right? So to divert we need 8.3 tons.
So we have three-quarter of an hour.
Yeah, 12. With the final reserve, we need 12 tons, so we have 4 tons of extra fuel. We can hold for 20 minutes before diverting.
Okay.
Briefing complete. Any question?
If we have to go around, I will announce go around. You'll push the toga button. We will check the 3 T's.
Yes.
You will ask for flaps 20.
Yes.
Positive gear up. 400 feet LNAV. Heading select, sorry. 1000 feet VNAV, open window, 225, and we proceed.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you.
Briefing
Descent
complete.
checklist.
Okay, descent checklist. Pressurization, landing altitude is checked. Recall is checked. We have no land 3 and no damper lower.
Check.
Auto brake 3.
Yes. Checked. Auto brake 3.
Landing data VRF minimums.
VRF 3143, minimums barrel 306 sets.
Landing VRF 30, 143 my side, minimum barrow 3110 because I don't have single digits on my PFT.
We'll synchronize. I have 310.
Okay, approach briefing.
Complete.
Okay, descent checklist complete.
Thank you.
Royal, bonsoir, Maroc 208 Heavy with you level 380.
Maroc 208 Heavy, Montreal Center, bonsoir, information Papa.
Yeah, Papa, thank you. We start descent now, level 290, Maroc 208.
Roger, Canada 157, climb for level 360.
360 now, Canada 157.
Jeff Canada 874,
Trust VNAV speed 290 Magenta.
390.
Check.
Peter, discretion 390 for Canada 87.
Maroc 208, you're cleared to 290, but maintain a good rate through flight level 320.
We descend level 290 and a good rate until passing level 320, Maroc 208.
Thank you.
Couple of tower cumuluses that we see over there, and they are starting to shine from time to time. We will assess it when we will get closer.
On Nippon 109, Roger, climb flight level 320.
Climb right elevator 320, on Nippon 109 now, thank you.
Sure.
We will maybe pass between them if we have our 10 miles clearance.
Air Canada 874, when able, proceed direct to Mills and advise.
Okay, direct Mills, when able, Air Canada 874.
And you should prepare the case where the ATC clears you for runway 06 left due to weather. No, just so you know.
All Nippon 109, contact Montreal Center 135.
There's a possibility.
Montreal Center 135, decimal 6, on Nippon 109 now.
Sure. Air Maroc 208, contact Montreal Center 13235.
3235, Maroc 208, thank you, bye-bye.
Sure.
Montreal Air Canada 874, going direct Mills.
Sure.
Royal, bonsoir, Maroc 208 Heavy, descending level 290.
Maroc 20, heavy Montreal, good evening, landing 24 right, this is Papa, descent to 16,000, altimeter 2996.
We descend 16,000, altimeter 2995, Maroc 208.
Maroc 20, heavy Roger, proceed to Okopo on course.
We proceed Okopo from position, Maroc 208.
We are just enjoying the view with this weather, the sea breeze.
Bonjour, c'est 5-3 avec vous.
It's nice, huh?
8000 pieds en montée pour 13.
Can you see lightnings over there?
Okay, 5-3.
Yes, I did. Here, to the right too, we have lightning. There and there. Bad weather today in Montreal.
Hold.
Checked.
Level 250, Jet 766. Sure.
When bad weather is 10 miles or less, you have to pay special attention during approach.
Maroc 208, go ahead.
Maroc 208 is taking 20 degrees to the left to avoid.
Maroc 208, there's a traffic off your left wing at 13,000 climbing. Make your best rate down till 12,000.
Best rate until 12,000, Maroc 208. We have no GPS.
Chief 31, expedite through 14,000. Make a right turn now, 20 degrees, immediate right turn. Chief 5-3, maintenez une meilleure taux de montée jusqu'à 1-4000 pieds. Faites un virage immédiatement 20 degrés à droite.
Un virage immédiatement 20 degrés à droite, puis en meilleur taux de montée jusqu'à 4000 pieds.
Maroc 208, resume normal rate, proceed to Mare on course when you're able.
To Mare on course when able, we are turning yes now, Maroc 208.
Chief 5-3, merci beaucoup pour votre aide. Sortez direct ROX en route maintenant et reprenez le taux de montée normal.
Direct ROX en route avec le taux de montée normal, c'est 5-3.
Jazz Air Canada 668, je suis copy,
Execute.
level 230.
Affirm 230 Canada 668.
And nav green.
Sure.
Would reach Rabbit, Canada 668.
Perfect, thanks.
Speed intervention, speed 250.
Check.
Montreal Center, Encore 3437 is with you, flight level 240.
Encore 3437, Montreal Center, roger.
Montreal, good day, Jazz 731 with you, climbing up to 13,000.
Jazz 731, Montreal Center, roger. 24 right, Papa, climb to 16,000.
24 right, check that, we'll pick up Papa and 1...
Roger, un comité d'accueil.
Jazz 939, contact Montreal Center 12877.
277, Jazz, after knocking.
Canada 668, climb level 280.
Climb level 280, Canada 668.
Jazz 728, descendez 8000 pieds lorsque près, l'altitude Québec 2999.
2999, 8000 pieds, Jazz 728.
Sure. Pascan 478, gardez la meilleure vitesse d'avant, passez direct au copo en route.
Meilleure vitesse, direct au copo, Pascal 478.
Sure. Jazz 731, what's your current indicator there, speak?
Indicating 250. Sorry, it's 207 for Jazz 71.
Jazz 731, roger. Once your level is speeding at above 240 knots, and once you get closer to the traffic in front, I might reduce that.
Put that not above 240 knots for Jazz 71.
Thank you. Roller Maroc 208, reduce your speed to 230 knots.
Speed back 230, Maroc 208.
Roller Maroc 208, roger. Thanks for your help. Contact terminal 1269. Good day.
269, thank you, bye-bye. Montréal, bonsoir, Maroc 208, heavy descending 8,000 feet.
Montréal, Maroc 208 heavy, terminal bonsoir. Runway 24 right, it is Papa, altimeter 2997, descent to 4,000.
We descend 4,000, 2997, runway 24 right, Maroc 208.
Envoy 9809, contact Montreal Tower 1199, good day.
19 on 9809, good day.
Jazz 600, when able, flighting 090.
Okay, we're able 090 now, Jazz 600.
Better.
Cabin ready.
Thank you. Hold.
Yeah, can we
Sure.
expect vectors from here on in for Jazz 600?
Alright, affirmative, Jazz 600, Royal Maroc 208, flighting 295 Victors for your descent.
I understand. Right heading 295 or maximum 10 miles because we are heading to bad weather.
Royal Maroc 208, roger. I'll make you intercept 15-mile funnel.
Thank you.
295 magenta, hidden select green.
Checked.
Select flaps 1.
Jazz 600, flighting 150.
Selected 1.
150, Jazz 600.
Roger.
India Zulu Zulu identified.
Okay. Flaps 1 green.
Select flap 5.
Selected 5.
Royal Maroc 208, flighting 270, intercept, localizer, runway 24 right, track and bound.
Left heading 275 or 270 and clear to intercept.
Jazz 600, turn right heading 210 to intercept, cleared ILS,
Hidden
runway 24 right
270
approach.
magenta.
210 for intercept, to the ILS 24 right approach, Jazz 600.
Maroc 208 heading 270, we intercept runway 24 right.
3000, cleared ILS, runway 24 right approach.
Maroc 208 heading 270, we intercept localizer 24 right.
Royal Maroc 208, roger, and you are clear for the approach, 24 right.
Clear approach 24 right.
Jazz 600,
Speed
maintain
220.
speed, will cross Volax at a speed of 160 knots.
Volax 160, Jazz 600.
Roger.
India Zulu Zulu identified, 2 pointers, lock armed.
Checked.
Ground contact.
Yes.
1000 to level off.
Jazz 600, contact Montreal Tower 1199.
1999, Jazz 600.
Lock green.
Check.
Approach mode. Glide slope armed.
Check.
Speed, VNAV altitude.
Check. On the runway inside.
Yes.
Maroc 208 is established localizer. Established 24 right and speed back 180.
1 Maroc 208, Roger. Speed at your discretion. Contact Montreal Tower 1199.
99, thank you, bye-bye.
Bye.
Glide slope green. Go around altitude 3000. Set.
Yep.
Montreal, bonsoir, Maroc 209 heavy, established 24 right.
Well, Mach 208 Heavy, Montreal clearance, good day. Your number 2 beyond regional jet at the marker. Continue the approach.
We continue, we have 180 knots.
Select flaps 10.
Selected 10. No land 3.
Checked.
Well, Mach 208, you're clear to land, runway 24 right.
Clear land, runway 24 right, Maroc 208.
Mach 208, Roger, and plan to exit the Bravo 2 intersection.
We plan to exit via Bravo 2, Maroc 208.
Gear down. Select flaps 20. Arm speed brake.
Well, Mach 208, the landing clearance is now canceled. I will release traffic before you.
Okay, understand the landing clearance is cancelled.
Lufthansa 475, line up, runway 24 right and be ready.
Lufthansa 475, lining up 24 right, ready for departure.
Just 600, no need to respond, but exit Bravo 2. Mach 208, reduce the minimum.
We are.
Perfect, thank you.
Select flaps
600,
30.
exit Bravo 2, cross runway 28, contact apron 12207 on the other side.
Take Bravo 2, and we'll cross runway 28 and contact apron on Foxtrot Jazz.
Sure.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist, speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down.
Lufthansa 475, contact departure airborne, winds are 2208 knots, you're clear for takeoff, runway 24 right.
Lufthansa 475, clear to take off 24 right.
1000.
Stabilize.
Montreal Tower, Exporter 488. Just wondering how long you think it's going to be before the next one launches off 24 left.
Mach 208, you're clear to land, runway 24 right.
Landing 24 right.
Exporter 488, I can't say I'm sorry, I'm still waiting on terminal, I can't release anybody as long as they don't tell me.
500.
400. $300. Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums.
Okay.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Mach 208, thank you. Exit Peter Bravo 2 or Golf, your choice. And cross runway 28, contact Apron 1207 on the air.
Okay, we take off 2 Maroc 208.
Wow, Mach 208, thank you.
Thank you, j'ai l'avion.
Sweet, Charlie to base 621.
Ground, good evening. This is Royal Air Maroc 208 Heavy.
Royal Air Maroc 208 Heavy, contact cross the whole short line, please. Keep advancing a bit, and Apron 12207.
We cross and keep going short bit, and then we contact 12207 Air Maroc 208 Heavy.
Thank you.
Ground Maple 7588, what direction are people going usually after takeoff?
Straight ahead is good. There's weather over the south shore. I don't know if you're familiar with Montreal, but over Saint-Jean, there's a lot of activity, and there's also a cell north of Montreal, about due north, about 20 miles or so.
I'm not familiar with Montreal.
Apron, good evening. This is Royal Air Maroc 208 Heavy.
Maroc 208, second left to gate 61, Rouge gives way to you.
Second left, gate 61, Rouge, give us the way. Thank you.
Okay. This 623, what's the request?
63, push to 21 Bravo to the base.
623, roger. Push back and to a short Delta call ground there at 21.9.
Push back to a short Delta ground, 21.9, service 63.
Service 352, what's the request?
57, push and tow for Whiskey 3 Bravo.
Service 352, roger. Push back, face west, short push, call ready for tow.
Back facing west, short push and call ready, service 352. And service 620.
Service 620, traffic behind on the push, 777, I'll call you back. Service 620, are you comfortable to push? Reference to triple on the right there, you see them?
I do not have the traffic inside, but I can make a short push.
620, short push, facing east, call ready for tow.
Face east, call ready, service 620.
Roger. Rouge 1912, short of Foxtrot, call ground on 21.0.
À l'écart de Foxtrot avec le sol 121.0. Rouge 1912.
Désolé, c'est en français, bonne soirée, monsieur. Shuttle 6280, follow Rouge, north ramp, short of Delta.
Follow Rouge, north ramp, short of Delta 6280.
Marshall in sight.
Okay, we need the wingman.
Apron, good evening, Maple 7566.
Okay, one wingman is inside.
Yes.
Apron, push back, face west, call ready for the taxi.
Push back, face west, call you for taxi, Maple 7566.
Clear right. AP on the bus.
So, as you have noticed, Khadija made us land safely and professionally in Montreal in rather bad weather. She's a cool-headed pilot, and just as I said in Casablanca, I had no doubt that she would pull it. Thank you, Khadija. I was just the best supporting actor, and everything went fine. Congratulations.
Thank you. We are always happy when we arrive safe to destination, when we see our passenger leaving the aircraft happy to come back home, or happy to be in vacation, or happy to meet their family at destination. So this is our glory time, and I wanna thank you, Captain Teddy, for this flight. It's always a pleasure.
It's a
as
pleasure.
usual. And I want to thank Udo too for being our guest today during this flight. Thank you for joining us, and good night, sleep time, work is over. Ciao.
Execute. Speed 230 magenta.
600, no need to respond from exit Bravo.
Select flaps 30. Merci. Landing checklist. Armed. Down. 30. Stabilize.
Just wondering how long you think it's going to be for the next launch of 249.
Autopilot disengage. Flight director green. Auto throttle disconnect.
500.
Très bien.
400.
Vraiment vert.
300. Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums.
Landing.